Hey, guess where we are? That's right, we are at Lake Havasu. We're on the state trust land. We did find some of the people that were over at the Schoolapalooza, and there is a lot of people here. This is not very flat land whatsoever. This is like some of the most unflat land I've seen so far. Most of the other places that we've gone camping here in both Arizona and in California, it's all been extraordinarily flat. But I mean, this is kind of like just hilly, I don't know, ups and downs all over the place. So good luck finding a level spot. And if you do find a good spot, go ahead and bring some extra blocks just in case, because you might be level on one side and not level on the other one. Howdy there, friends. This is my last night here in Lake Havasu City. I've been here for the fireworks show the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 days perhaps. Got here on Wednesday. It is now Sunday, and most people are packing up and heading out back to their regular lives, while I am about to head on to my next camping spot, which I think is going to be on the north side of Lake Havasu, to be perfectly honest. So, figured I would give you all a rundown of what I thought about the Lake Havasu City fireworks extravaganza, pyrotechnic mania, whatever. So first of all, as I've already stated, the land around here is just crazy hilly. Like, there's just hills and little dips and stuff, which makes it absolutely perfect for anyone that wants to come out here and ride a side-by-side, a Razor, a Can-Am, a Polaris, whatever you happen to have. And believe me, they were everywhere. To be fair, I don't own one, so the dust that they continuously kicked up, they basically use them as their own personal golf carts, which, you know, I probably would too. But the dust was just everywhere again. So the more the area is, the more that it's ran, the more that the tires spin and kick up the bedrock that's here in these areas, the more dust exposure that you get. And it was everywhere. This, honestly, the dustiness reminded me a lot of Ehrenberg. So if you don't like that, try to get into some sort of area, maybe even the BLM land down the road. This is the state trust land directly across the street from SARA Park. The state trust land is pretty heavily traveled because I suppose of its proximity to the park, but the BLM land is literally just right down the road. A lot more flat as well. This state trust land right across the street from SARA Park, very hilly. Then you combine that with the dust, this is going to be great for 4x4s and stuff like that. I have seen big rigs. I'm looking at a Class A right over here. I'm looking at mini Class A's. I'm looking at mini Class C's. I'm looking at travel trailers. I'm looking at truck campers. Looking at everything in between. Everything has managed to get back here. I'm just saying, it's not for the faint of heart. Next point I want to bring up is because there are so many different campers around here, this is not going to be one of those relaxing style camping trips. This was a 4-day party. There were campfires and bonfires and fireworks, including people that had brought their own, all the time. Yep. From the living room, I have a view.
Okay. Good for you.
Yeah. And this was completely on accident. I didn't even know it was going to go down like this. But it went down just like this. Music, if you happen to like music, sometimes at not the most opportune time, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning on occasion. Nothing intolerable, nothing to be unexpected. I mean, this was kind of like a 4th of July celebration, kind of. You know, it had that sort of Independence Day vibe. And you're out here on state trust land. Free people doing whatever they want. Maybe not always very respectful, but, live and let live. That being said, there were plenty of people. It was jam-packed, especially at night. A lot of these people that were coming in just for the fireworks, not necessarily for camping, some of them did very little respecting of campsites. They were just like, oh, I'll just get in where I can fit in, which apparently was perfectly fine by the local authorities or whatever. A lot of people tried to rope off some extra space to provide a bit of a cushion, but yeah, that wasn't allowed, which I'm not necessarily opposed to, but if you've been sitting there for a week and you've already got an established campsite, there's not much you can do about it. You're not allowed to put up any of those caution tape, roped off areas. The cops were coming through, the sheriff's department was coming through, pulling up rebar stakes and getting rid of your caution tape every single night. I saw it happen multiple times. So yeah, you're not allowed to have a whole lot of personal space. You're allowed to pull in here, have a rig, take up as much physical space as you need, but no more than that. You're not gonna, cordon off some really nice section all for yourself. With this being the only major artery coming in here, which I believe is Arizona State Road 95, traffic gets absolutely horrendous. I would not expect to have an easy in and out. If it was me to do all over again, I would do exactly what I did. I pulled in here and I have not moved from this spot since I got here. Traffic is pretty tight, and the only time you're ever going to want to do any moving, I would say, would probably be between the hours of like 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe all the way up to 3 or 4. So overall, I think I had a pretty good time. I enjoyed myself here. This is not a place that I would definitely want to be camping at, for long periods of time. I just don't like the layout of the land. It's, like I said, it's very hilly, so it doesn't make it exceptionally easy to kind of get around if you happen to maybe it makes it very difficult to get level. You're going to use a lot of blocks around here. I've seen some rigs that were stacked up on tops of blocks on tops of other blocks just in case, so that they can get up on top of the real blocks that they really brought in. It was insane. And holy crap, there were just so many fires. Like, everyone and the mama had a fire. Everyone was burning a pallet. Everyone and the mama was burning tree after tree. It was just so smoky around here. You combine that with the fireworks and then all the dust. Holy shit. If you got any level of breathing problem, you probably don't want to show up here for this weekend. But I can't say that I didn't have fun, because I did. There were lots of cool and interesting people here. Had a good time. Played lots of Ring Around the Rosie with some of these cars that were coming through. Had to keep a real close eye on my dog and make sure that he didn't get run over, because the side-by-sides, they were zipping around here, not really caring much. So just be aware that it's high traffic. Very high traffic. Even though the road's rocky, everyone's got a motorcycle, everyone's got a dirt bike, and everyone's got a side-by-side. At any rate, hope you guys enjoyed yet another riveting episode here on the Avion Awesome channel. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I'm going to see you guys again on the next one. Peace.